push there. So we are live on YouTube. Hello guys, hello YouTube. Today we are gonna talk about make friends and influence people. I'm here with Gabriela, Camila, Edilton, and Rodrigo. Just a little explain about the platform. TalkTalk is a conversation platform for beginners, intermediate, and advanced English speakers. Uh, this is not a regular class. I'm not a teacher. I'm a student as well. We are here to improve our English together, So it is a safe place to make mistakes and don't correct anyone and enjoy the immersions, guy. The immersion, guys. Um, okay, maybe I can start with you, Camila, the first one. I would like to know from you, what do you like in a friendly person?
Uh, I believe nowadays I prefer when someone started to talk with me and don't ask a lot about my job, for example. I don't know, in all my trips for the other countries and when I knew people from other countries, and it's very different because no one asks you, oh, what do you do? What's your profession? Everyone asks you, who are you? What do you like? What do you do in your free time, for example? Who is Camila? And nobody is worried about what is my profession person. So I started to think more about this in my life, and now I don't like to answer a lot about my career or my job in my professional life. I always prefer talk more about interesting things for me or for the other and know about the jobs, for example.
Yeah, I got your points. Uh, and sometimes it can be hard because we don't know if we are, asking uh, a lot of personal questions, and we start to, oh, let me ask about the job. Uh, but I
Yeah.
got your point. Maybe it's not the good path to follow, But
Yeah.
sometimes we have some kinds of fear, to be maybe, I don't know if this is right in English, invasivo, in Portuguese.
Yeah.
And sometimes
Yeah. Brazilian guys have this habit to ask always about what do you do? And then when they ask about what do you do, it's about profession. But it's not common. It's only here in Brazil. In the other countries, it's not common. What do you do? It's what do you do in your life, or how do you live? It's different,
yeah, I got it.
It-
And we have the problem, another problem, I mean, when we are talking about ourselves, like I'm talking about myself, but sometimes I have some kinds of difficult to tell about me, my personal life, not about my professional life, and sometimes we go to the professional area, not to the Elton, I'm not
yeah,
about Elton. I'm talking about the professional, and we have this problem as well. I have this feeling sometimes.
yeah.
Nice, good one. And you, Rodrigo, what do you like in a friendly person?
Uh, for me, I think in this when you're starting the talking the other person, when the specific person pay attention with you, with the conversation, with talking, with the specific thinkings, I like it because today I see because the social media and other things have a lot of I don't know this correct word in English, but superficial peoples don't have the good question, good talking, because there's a lot of thinking. I think the superficiality thinkings don't have the good talkings in or talk about the peer or talk about the other superficiality things, I don't like. When we start in talking about the works or about the my life too, is other person pay attention, making the good questions and the answer good question, good answers too. I like this because this have a connection, have the the good talkings in the 4 minutes or 4 hours. I think for me this is
Yeah, yeah. We need to be a good listener, because
yes.
sometimes we are not listening well the other party, but we are just talking a lot, about ourselves, and we forgot to listen and give the chance, to the other one talk, and sometimes it can be bad. And you, Edilton, you have something that you like in a friendly person?
Yeah, uh, I like a friendly person, the ability to change the vibe for the people in a group. A friendly person is able to create bonds easily with any people. I like people with this ability, and today is crucial because we need to have good relationship, but these bonds have to be true because it's easier to simply discard the people in your life, and it's easier to be discarded for someone. So now is the moment to that you can enhance your ability to maintain this bond for a long term because the best moments that you can have in your life is with the people that you can import for your existence. So it's important to us uh, maintain this ability and maintain uh, near for us these good people.
Nice, nice. Good one. And you, Gabriela, what do you like in a friendly person?
To me, I think that person uh, can be kind, um, not just to seem nice, but because they truly care about others, for example. And what else? Someone who listened with attention and has and make you feel comfortable and welcomed. Um, I also appreciate when the person has a good sense of humor and is easygoing, know how to have a nature conversation too, and create a sensory connection without judgment. And I think that makes all the difference when the bring a more human touch, to everything.
Yeah, good point. I totally agree with you. Uh, when we are talking with someone that is polite, is kind, make you feel part of the conversation, it can be great. Nice, good one. Um, the next one, let me start with you, Edilton. How do you usually start a conversation with someone new? You have some advice, some kinds of sentence that you have in your mind to say when you are in a queue, when we know that our Brazilians guys, we need something to say when we are in a bored moment, like waiting for an attendment or some kind of something like that, you have something that you say.
In my case, I used to talk about the situation. For example, when I'm in a queue to pay something in a bank, I used to talk about the situation there, and I will continue to talk with other subjects, and normally I can have a conversation like that. Some cases it's easier, but in intimate situation is complicated. Sometimes you need to talk with a girl, for example, doesn't exist a formula for that. Simply is a is try and error. You talk it. If the other part uh, respond, okay. If not, let's go to some new one. And I think in situations like networking events is easier because all the people is in there to learn something. So you have a lot of subject to speak. You simply ask for opinions about a keynote speaker. Okay, this is a trigger to start a conversation.
Yeah, good one. You use the environment, or something that are happening near you to start a small talk. And I could realize that old guys, they always start a conversation with you complaining about something, about, oh, I need to go home. I can't be here. Oh, I'm here for so long. It's always something, not something bad, but complaining about something. And you, Rodrigo, what do you think, man?
I have reflects about this question because this I don't have the rules to start conversation. I don't have the problem to start conversation with someone new. I think it depends situation, depends the person, woman, man, children. In the work is okay. I make a little presentation the specific time and start conversation. But in the streets, in the other places, I think in this some more objects have connection with other persons, talk about the some objects, um, the the travel, the other things. I don't have a problem in starting conversation. When I feel other persons is open, start the conversation. I don't like the forcing the conversation with other person. I don't like this, but I don't have problem. But and I don't have rules for the start. Okay, if I see other persons have the connection, go ahead, start the conversation.
Nice, nice. Good one. Fortunately, we Brazilians, Brazilian guys, we don't have a lot of problems, with closed guys. I mean, it happens, but it's not so common. And you, Camila? Oh, sorry, Gabriela.
Yes.
How do you usually start a conversation?
Well, I consider myself to a shy person, but I think my shyness is more to make presentation or make presentation in general, and or talk in public, for example. But I don't have problems to start conversation because depends of the situation, depends of the 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 person, I think, because for example, if I start a course and have a lot of colleagues, and I start to talk about the course, about the start this new project in work, talk about the projects, the work in general, and I don't know, I usually just start with a subject. About work, about course, about weather, about the about soccer. I like soccer, and because I think I am. How can I say? I usually the person start conversation with me, you know, and I start conversation with others, but I think it's more common the other person start a conversation with me. That's it.
Nice. By the way, talk about the weather can be a good shortcut, a good game changer.
Yes.
Because It's very common, you know. It's our turn, Camila. Go ahead.
I think I always try to start being kind with the others and smiling a lot. I always smile. And it depends. It depends of the situation. For example, if need to start a conversation with someone from work or more professional situation, I will start talking about the work or the things that this person works. But if I needed to start a conversation in my life, in my social life, in a travel, for example, I always started asking about where do you live, what do you like to do, and I have a problem. I have a big problem. I always ask, what's your sign? I always ask this for people because I don't know. I love to study about sign, and when I ask, I have overview about that personality here with me. So I always ask, what's your sign? And someone else. Sometimes people like, sometimes people hate this question. I don't believe in this. Okay, no problem, but I believe it. And if I know your sign, sometimes I know you a little. So this is my
Nice,
kind.
nice.
Yeah.
By the way, I think that talk about the sign can, you know, deal a so long conversation, you know.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things to talk about this, you know.
Yeah.
Good one.
When the other people like, when the other person like, they always ask, "Oh, tell me more about how is my personality?" And I try because I don't know everything, but I try. And it's a form to start a how to say a conversation, but it's not so strong.
Nice. Good one. Thank you, Camila. Let's move on, guys. Let me start with you, Gabriela. The question number 3. Do you find it's easy or hard to talk to strangers?
Mm, depends. If you are a shy person, it's hard with talk with any person, anyone. But to me, it's not problem. Depends. How I said depends the situation. Depends the. I believe you can analyze the situation, analyze the person too, because if if a person how can I say have a close face, I don't know, I don't um, talk with this person, or if I look that person, it's maybe strange, like a crazy people. I don't know. I don't start. I think that depends of the person. If you are a shy person, if you don't like to talk and these things, it's hard. But it's easy to talk with strangers. I don't know, ask about the direction or direction. It's the mailing. I think if you are if you have to go with a place, you have to talk about direction, you know, and you have to talk about stranger. And if you don't have problem with this, it's easy. That's it.
Nice, nice. I don't know you guys, but sometimes I was take a reflection here, you know. I could realize that sometimes when I am in a talk, you know, while I am listening to the other, you know, I am think about my next question. I don't know if it's just me or everyone, you know, have this kinds of behavior. You know, like you are listening, but you are thinking, oh, I need to prepare a question because I I I wouldn't like to let the conversation, I don't know, maybe create some kinds of ice, you know. I would like to break the ice, you know, because you know that it will have a time that both will stay in silence, I think, you know, and I like to think about a possible question, you know. I don't know if you think like me. And you, Rodrigo, what do you think, man?
Uh, about the questions, Gabriela talk about the closed face. Is a me too. I consider the closed face when I run the street. I close my face and they go. I don't smile. Is a lot and is okay, but I am a joke person. A lot of friends for my wife and other persons don't knows me. Is oh, your husband is a serious man. Is your posture, your face is closing. But I am a joke person. I don't have the problem in the start talking the strengths, talking and the asking question and the other things. But I think in these questions have a little connection with the question number two. I can feel when there are persons liking in the open in the talking, and the other persons is a close in the talking when they are answer the questions. A lot of persons that answer the questions is have the gatilho for the talking about the other things. Other persons is answers the closing the conversation, I think. I don't have the problem in the talking. I think it is I am an old man because this.
Nice, nice. Good one. Thank you, Rodrigo. And you, Camila, do you find it easy or hard to talk to strangers?
Um, I think it's easier for me. I don't have problem with this because I'm not considered a shy person. So for me, it's easier to start a conversation with everyone, other places. Um, Sometimes in the bus stop, for example, when I was younger, I started to talk with old people and younger people. And I have a big range of age to my friends. For example, sometimes I have friends that they are 60 old, and I have friends with 20 years old. Or so for me, it's not difficult to do friends.
Nice, nice. Good one. Me too. I like to talk to other guys, you know. I always learn a lot. And they like to talk a lot as well, you know. And I am a good listener, so I like
Yeah.
that. Uh, and you, Edilton, what do you think, man?
So I did not understand the question. Can you what's the question?
Do you find it easy, that can be easy or hard to talk to strangers
I
with
think I
someone that you don't
responded.
know?
I responded that. I'm the first
Oh,
person.
oh man, sorry. Maybe your turn, Gabriela, or everyone have answered. Sorry, guys.
I answer.
Oh, so we can move ahead. Maybe you can choose another question. I don't know. Someone would like to choose a specific question? Feel free, guys.
Yeah, I can start. For you, okay, Elton? Do you
Nice.
prefer? I think you answered this question, but do you prefer talking or listening a conversation? You answered yeah, but why? Why you prefer listen, for example?
I don't know. Sometimes I feel that I'm you know, I feel that I am some kind of I have empathy. You know, I like to listen well. So sometimes I feel that listening well, I'm giving a good attention, you know, to the other one, and maybe I can help, you know. I don't know exactly, but I like to listen, you know. I like that because I feel that maybe the other part of the talk can feel more important, can feel better. I don't know exactly the reason, but it's almost the same when I call someone using the name, not the nickname. Sometimes I
Yeah,
think a lot about it. I try to give more importance, and
yeah,
I feel happy when I call me for the name because I'm bad with name, by the way,
yeah.
you know. But it can be a good behavior, and you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
maybe change the other one day. And you, Rodrigo, go ahead, man. What is your opinion?
I think it depends. For example, in when the situation I don't have the knowledge about these specific subjects, I prefer listening. When do you talking with your friends or other persons and the specific persons show you the history, I prefer listening. But I love this talking. I love it when I sit with the friends and they talking a lot about the other a lot of things. I'm talking, my friends talking too. I like this. When I sit with my daughters in the plays and the other things, talking a lot. I make the some questions in the motivating you're talking about the other things. I think it is important to this time is to more listening and this time is more talking. I think it depends situation in my case.
Yeah, I'm like you when I am with my daughter, I try to bring in some topics, that maybe it can aggregate, or bring some reflections to her, But yeah, when I am with my daughter, I like to talk a lot. I try. And you, Edilton?
For me, it's important to speak a lot because communication uh, enhance the relationship. In some cases, it's important uh, to say something that the people can getting better your day because the day is very problematic sometimes and uh, a voice for hope. I say that you talk to someone that the people can have a push to solve your challenges. All the people have challenges. It's important to us be kindness, be empathetic too. And this is a practice that you can do every single day. In technology, for example, is very problematic situations because you work, we work with a lot of pressure, a, a lot of demands, and sometimes it's important to uh, say something good for the people all around to uh, getting better of the problems and the people can solve it better and understood that he or she has a support for yourself.
Yeah, yeah, good answer. And I think a lot about it as well, like sometimes it's just a good morning, can change a day, you know. And nowadays I try that, I try to say good morning, good afternoon, or anyway, to strange guys, like I am going to the gym and I go to and pass the attendant and I say that sometimes they they didn't heard, they didn't hear, but it's not a problem, you you tried, you said something that it could be good. Anyway, guys, it's our turn, Gabriela. That was
Yes. To me, it depends. I'm a good listener too, and I like to listen. But I think in a conversation, have to you have to talk and listen. Like a 50-50. You have to talk and listen, but depends if you are in a delicate situation, and or if you talk with a person that have a problem, or are in a difficult uh, situation. I don't know. You have to listen. Just listen. Uh, the person wants to talk, and desabafar, for example, and you are uh, there for listen. Just listen and give support. Talk less, and listen more. And but in the other situation, like in work, and when you have to make and you are in a project, for example, you have to position yourself. You have to talk. You have to give your ideas, and talk about other things, because I think if you just listen, the people can walk all over you. That's
Yeah,
it.
totally. I agree. Okay, maybe we can answer the next one. I'm bad with names. Maybe you can help me, guys. I would like to know from you, what is a good way to remember someone's name? Camila, you have something to remember?
No, this is very difficult for me. Uh, I don't use it to forget, but sometimes happen. But I always try to ask the name. For example, if I go to a new restaurant, or for example, in the gym, when I start in a new place, I always ask the name from people from reception, and I always prefer to call for the name. And sometimes I forget. It's a problem. But I think it's very, very important to ask. Always ask. For example, now I use it to go to a coffee to start. And when I arrived there, I always say, "Hello, Plana." And she is so happy because of this. So it's important. Very important.
Yeah, yeah, good point. And you feel a little shy when you need to ask again the name?
Depends of the situation. If it's someone that I don't have a lot of contact, no problem, because I don't have this contact every day. But for example, sometimes I found some friend of the school a long time ago, and I can't remember the name. Oh, this is the problem. I can't remember, and I can't ask it. Oh, what's her name? What? No, I can't. This is the
Yeah,
problem.
maybe it can be embarrassed. You remember the person, you have memories,
Yeah.
you don't remember the name.
And
Yeah,
sometimes I start to conversation with this person and I can't remember the name. Oh God, it's terrible.
yeah, yeah. And sometimes you try to, while you are talking to the person, you try to.
Yeah.
And you, Rodrigo, what is a good way to remember someone's name?
No, I have a problem about this remembering the names of other person because I have the big problem. This situation, especially in some situations, I need the the big time for I remember. In the last year, I think it's 4 years, I started the work in the woman, the specific woman I work in here. I think in this 4 months, I don't remember the names for the woman. I change the names every single time. Is a complex to me. Some persons I talk in one I don't know, one conversation and remember before after 6 months. Some persons I talking every single day, 4 months, I don't remember. I don't know why, but I have the problem.
Yeah, yeah. When I remember, I try to talk in a loud voice, I try to repeat to try to keep the information. But it happens a lot. And you, Edilton, you have this
Yeah,
kind of problem?
no. In my case, I simply uh, memorize the name using attribute for the people. For example, you as example with you, Helton is a blonde man with blue eyes. Okay, I simply create a memory about that. But when the person has a very, very strange name, it's easier to me uh, remember that. It is interesting because I know a person that the name is a German name. The man is called Wolfram. I don't know all the Wolfram in Brazil. This is the first one, so it's easier for to me remember that. So I think I think the people when he, he knows someone with a different name is easier to remember. In some cases, when you have a very popular name like João, I think this is easier too because there's also people with someone with this name. So João, one John, two Johns, several Johns is easier to remember too.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. But I don't know, maybe there are some names that is easier to forgot. I don't know. And you, Gabriela, do you have this
Uh,
problem?
I think no, don't have any problems to remember the name, but I think it's not a way or I don't know, but I usually repeat the name, just repeat the name in the moment or just in my mind, like this is Elton. Or, hi Elton, nice to meet you, or just in my mind, Elton. Hi Elton, and that's it. I remember I start to do this because of a movie. In a movie, a person said a person presented the group, the member of group, and the other person said repeat the name in the strange way, like Hamilton, or this is Gabriela. Hi, Gabriela. And this way to how can I say, to diferenciar the people, and for her to remember the name. And this was funny, and a partir disso I not say the strange form, but repeat the name of the person to me remember. And I remember a situation that happened with me in the work. I work with a company, and the person just don't remember my name, and she called me Bianca, Beatriz, for a long time, and I just, hi Bia, hi, how are you? And just answer with another name, and that's it.
Yeah, it's already happened to me, and I didn't say anything, about correct my name.
Yes.
A- And I have this problem as well when I am watch some movie or TV series. I need to speak loudly the name. With, it can help me as well to keep the name in my head. Guys, we don't have more time, unfortunately. I put this survey on the chat. So there you can give a suggestion, your opinion, or maybe, I don't know, it's totally anonymous, so feel free to write anything there. And it was a pleasure. I hope to see you again, and have a good night and a good week, guys. See you.